Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions, let's do the biannual JP Developer Report Card. This will be the second video that I do in this series. I guess it's a series now, but I want to do it every 6 months. It might seem a little bit early because it's only been about 5 months since the last one, but I did the last one a little bit late. I think I want to do it a little bit after each of the half anniversaries because that is when big announcements are made. I'll link down below to the previous one. Please have a look. I also talk about the first year grades in that video. But I have a number of criteria which I judge a game, any mobile game, not just War of the Visions, how the developers are handling the game. If I do not mention something in this video, that means I don't consider it very important or worth worrying about or getting angry about. And then I also said this in the previous video, but if you have any opinions about the global version of the game, the performance there, please take that to another place. Or you can make a video about the global situation, leave a link to it, I will watch it. But for the most part, I think it's been on the up and up compared to the previous report card, so we'll go in the same order. First is developer communication. I will raise that from a B to an A-. The big ding that came from the previous report card was from the kind of the crappy situation and then the communication that happened with the first anniversary UR Hatchers. That continued to play out well into 2021 with the public warning from the Consumer Affairs Protection Agency or whatever it's called. And then at the time, must have been back in November or December, I said that the game and the developers had lost a lot of the players' trust in the trustworthiness of the banners, the hatchers. And I said that the game and then the developers would have to have many months of good behavior to win back the trust. I think for pretty much everybody, they have won back the trust. I have not heard a shade of a problem during the last 6 months. So that's cleared up. And then, like I said in the previous video, the in-game news has been aces all the way. It's one of those things where if it's going right, you don't notice it. But I've never heard of a scandal originating from the news. There's never been like incorrect information. The release date of stuff, kind of shuffles from day to day, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, the reliability of the news has been excellent, I think, this year. So A- overall for communication. Next was quality of life updates. It was A- before, we'll make it an A now. The previous video I said that they were, continually rolling out new quality of life stuff for their game. But they were all sort of minor, like a lot of the big ones came in the first year. But with second anniversary, we got two very new interesting systems, which are the ability to equip a second vision card, which really kind of increases the usability of a lot of vision cards and also makes team building kind of deeper and more interesting. And then also the rune system for Trust Masters. I waited a little bit until after second anniversary to do this video because I wanted to see like how I like it and then how the community likes it. And the community is liking it very much. I'm enjoying it somewhat. But this is an interesting one because you can kind of make a custom anything. Yesterday I saw somebody make a custom Ayaka boots just for Cecil, but you can get like different buffs in there, make it any way you like. It is a lot of farming, it's a lot of pushing buttons, but there are a lot of players out there that enjoy doing that kind of thing, especially the simulation gamers. And then on both of those quality of life updates, the big ones, I haven't seen like big jumps in power creep or people complaining about stuff being too hard to do or too powerful or too exclusive or whatever. So I think those two things were handled really well. Okay, third is bug fixes. Last time was an A, it's going to be another A this time. I'm racking my brain trying to remember any bugs that happened this year. There was one where, like, if you look at a vision card, maybe the numbers and stuff wouldn't appear, but you could exit out and go back in, and then it would appear. Maybe like last month there was something where, like, if you set your device for auto farm and then you let it go, even if you had like everything turned off, it would stop after like 4 times. That happened to me a couple of times, but it hasn't happened since then. And then I very rarely hear about this on Twitter anymore. But yeah, for bugs, can't really think of anything. Bugs are inevitable. People that get upset at a game for having bugs is being unreasonable. The real question is in how quickly and how swiftly they are fixed. I think War of the Visions has been pretty good on that, on the JP side. Okay, fourth is rewards. It was B- before, I'll do it at B- again. It's not like the first year, unfortunately. And then I felt like the rewards for the second anniversary were sort of lacking, but I didn't see a lot of complaining about it. But it was like rewards that you would see almost in any post-live stream kind of thing. Maybe like an extra 2,000 vision ore or something. So I'm not amazed at the rewards. There's nothing like super explosive. Like in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, they gave you summons for like how much lapis you'd spend or how many days you signed in. You got hundreds and hundreds of pulls. There's nothing like that in War of the Visions, but it's fine. It's decent. Okay, next we have cost of the game. It was C- before. I don't know. We'll do a C here, I guess. It's an expensive game, and that's not going to change. But I do like the move away from a balance of like the business model based on pulls and building, more towards a focus towards the pulling. I said this in a recent community post, but there's a sizable portion of the player base, in JP at least, that are more about just collecting and then having the characters, and not even playing the game, or even leveling their guys. So from the developer's point of view, if they wanted to go for the more lucrative side of that kind of two-pronged attack, they would focus on pulling, which I think they're doing with the Crystal Fest and the lower rates of that. It doesn't bother me because it's easy to skip that stuff. But even so, it's an expensive game, so we'll leave it around C. Okay, next is Power Creep. We'll upgrade that from B to A. I'm pretty happy about this. Also, game balance. We'll do B+ to A. Both of them are A. I've been talking a while about Golden Time, and I think I can safely say that JP is in it. It might even be there for Global as well. But my idea in a nutshell is with PvP at least. There are many, many viable teams. And there's almost like one viable PvP team per element, which is pretty cool. And like, I don't know how people build anymore for class matches where the matchmaking is random. But it's kind of a roll of the dice. Maybe you get a good matchup, maybe you get a bad matchup. But that's also kind of exciting. And then for arena or guild battle to a certain degree where you can choose your opponent, you can kind of make any team composition work if you go for the right opponent. And that's what I really enjoy, is more sort of out-of-the-box team building. But then with Golden Time itself is going to evolve and get richer and deeper, hopefully. And so, like, if you think about Lightning, maybe 100% of really competitive Lightning teams will have Cloud in them. Jury's still out on Lanon. But in the future, there will be multiple viable Lightning teams that will not use Cloud. And so as we go along, you know, elements will matter kind of less and less. And then other things will matter more, like types of defense, types of offense. One thing that really protected the good state of power creep and game balance was no new form announced at the second anniversary. That, of course, could change at any time. I'm very worried for the New Year's character announced. Hopefully it's just a cost 100 regular fest unit. But yeah, that might be the next thing to get over. But yeah, you think about like, we'll take Helena and Dwayne as sort of the epitome of maybe game balance and power creep gone wrong. Still not that bad compared to other mobile games. And then we look at now, like the characters that can counter them. To counter those characters is not that difficult, as long as you build for them. So I feel the game is in a good place, game balance-wise and power creep-wise. Okay, so that'll do it for my developer's report card, second half of 2021. I was very nervous going into a second anniversary, but in a lot of regards, kind of the ship has been righted, and I feel like it's going to be smooth sailing into the next year. Hopefully it can last all of next year. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.